Hello my dear students, welcome to WBJEE YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve NCERT exercise 2.1 from class 12 book, and today we are going to solve question number 1 to question number 10. So let's start. So take a look about the inverse trigonometric functions and their domains and their ranges. Ranges is principal value branches. So for y equal to sine inverse x, the domain is -1 to 1 and the range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And for y equal to cos inverse x, the domain is again -1 to 1 and the range is 0 to pi. And for y equal to cosec inverse x, the domain is the real number minus open -1 to 1, and for the range minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus the number 0. And for y equal to sec inverse x, the range is the set of real number minus -1 to 1 and the range is 0 to pi minus pi by 2. And for tan inverse x, the domain is whole r and the range is open pi by 2 to pi by 2. And for cot inverse x, the whole r is the domain and the range is open 0 to open pi. So now some points to remember, important notes. All the inverse trigonometric functions represents an angle. So every cos inverse x, sin inverse x or any other ratios denote an angle. You have to remember this. And if x is greater than 0, then all 6 inverse trigonometric functions, viz sin inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, sec inverse x, cosec inverse x and cot inverse x, represent an acute angle. That means if x greater than 0, then cos inverse x or every trigonometric ratios represents an angle which is 0 to pi by 2. Okay, this means acute angle. And if x is less than 0, then sin inverse x, tan inverse x and cosec inverse x represent an angle from minus pi by 2 to 0, and this angle is in the fourth quadrant. Okay, and if x less than 0, cos inverse x, cot inverse x and sec inverse x represent an obtuse angle, is an angle from pi by 2 to pi, which is in the second quadrant, and third quadrant is never used in the range of the inverse trigonometric function. Now come to the problem. This is the exercise 2.1. Problem number 1 is saying sine inverse minus half. In the previous slide, we have seen that if x is less than 0, then sine inverse x represent an angle from minus pi by 2 to 0. That means the angle is negative. That means, so this is a negative angle and this belongs to minus pi by 2 to 0, both included. So let's take y equal to sine inverse minus half. So that imply sine y equal to minus half. So we already know that sine minus theta equal to minus sine theta. We already know that. And in the previous slide, we have seen that if x is negative, then sine inverse x is belongs to minus pi by 2 to 0. So we have to find a theta such that sine theta is equal to half. And after getting the value of theta, if we put minus theta, that would imply that sine of minus theta equal to minus of sine theta, and that would be minus of half. So you can easily find that theta equal to pi by 6, that means 30 degree. For 30 degree sine theta is half. That means for this question our answer would be theta equal to or y equal to, let's take it theta, so that would be better. Okay, that means theta equal to minus pi by 6 or minus 30 degree. So this is the answer. Next problem, find the principal values of the following. Cos inverse minus 3 by 2. We have already seen in the previous slide that if x less than 0, then cos inverse x lies between pi by 2 to pi, both included. Okay, so we have to find an angle in the second quadrant such that cos theta equal to minus root 3 by 2. Let's take theta equal to cos inverse minus root 3 by 2 and cos theta equal to minus root 3 by 2. So that means what is theta? Theta equal to 5 pi by 6. So let's check cos 5 pi by 6 equal to minus root 3 by 2 or not. So we can write this cos pi minus pi by 6, that would give me 5 pi by 6, and this is the even multiple of pi, 2 into pi by 2, that means cos remains cos, it does not change, and pi minus pi by 6, that means it is an angle of from second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cos is negative, so minus cos, and this is pi by 6, and cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2, that means minus root 3 by 2. That means our theta is 5 pi by 6. This is the answer. Next problem, cosec inverse 2. So in the previous slide we have seen that if x greater than 0, then cosec inverse x lies between 0 to pi by 2. Means it is an acute angle. Okay, so let theta equal to cosec inverse 2, that means cosec theta equal to 2, and cosec theta means 1 by sin theta, that means 1 by 1 by 2, that means sin theta equal to half, and that implies that theta equal to pi by 6. So this is the answer, and it is less than pi by 2 and greater than 0. Okay, so this is acceptable. So next problem, tan inverse minus root 3. So if x less than 0, then tan inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to 0. Okay, so this is a negative angle. So what is, let tan theta equal to tan inverse minus root 3, that means tan theta equal to minus root 3, and this is minus root 3 by 2 by half, that means this is minus sine pi by 3 by cos pi by 3, and we know that sine minus theta equal to sine theta minus sine theta, and also cos minus theta equal to cos theta. So we can put this minus in the angle, so sine minus pi by 3 by cos minus pi by 3, that means tan of minus pi by 3, and that implies tan theta equal to tan minus pi by 3. Okay, and this pi by 3 is greater than minus pi by 2 and less than 0, so the answer is theta equal to minus pi by 3. Okay, next problem, cos inverse minus half. So In that slide we have seen that if x less than 0, then cos inverse x lies between pi by 2 pi. Okay, so it is an angle of second quadrant. So we have to find a theta which is greater than pi by 2 and less than pi, and cos theta equal to minus half. So you can easily check that theta equal to pi minus, that is half, that means pi by 3. This is 2 pi by 3, and this is also 2 pi by 3 is also greater than pi by 2 and less than pi, and cos 2 pi by 3 equal to minus half. Okay, so this is the answer. Next problem, tan inverse minus 1. So here once again x is less than 0, that means tan inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to 0, that means x is negative, and we also know that theta equal to minus pi by 4, and for this tan theta equal to minus 1. Okay, so for this answer is minus pi by 4. Next problem, sec inverse 2 by root 3. So let's take it theta equal to sec inverse 2 by root 3, that means sec theta equal to 2 by root 3. Okay, that means cos theta equal to root 3 by 2, and here x is greater than 0, so sec inverse x is an acute angle, so theta lies between 0 to pi by 2, and we know that for theta equal to pi by 6, cos theta is root 3 by 2, that means theta equal to pi by 6. This is the answer. Next, cot inverse root 3. So here also x is greater than 0, that means cot inverse x is lies between 0 to pi by 2. So theta equal to cot inverse root 3, that means cot theta equal to root 3, and let us transform it into tan theta, that means tan theta equal to 1 by root 3, and you know that theta equal to pi by 6, tan theta is 1 by root 3. So for this theta equal to pi by 6, that means cot inverse root 3 is equal to pi by 6, means 30 degree. So next problem, cos inverse minus half. So here x is negative, that means cos inverse x lies between pi by 2 to pi, that means it is an angle of second quadrant. So let theta equal to cos inverse 1 minus 1 by root 2, and cos theta equal to minus 1 by root 2. So you can easily check that cos pi by 4 equal to 1 by root 2, and it is the angle of from second quadrant, so this theta would be pi minus pi by 4, that means 3 pi by 4, and cos 3 pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2, that means cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 is 3 pi by 4. Okay, next problem, problem number 10, cosec inverse minus root 2. Here x is less than 0, and for cosec inverse x, when x less than 0, this cosec inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to 0. So this is an negative angle, and let theta equal to cosec inverse minus root 2, and cosec theta equal to minus root 2. That means sin theta equal to minus 1 by root 2, and here also theta equal to, for theta equal to pi by 4, sin theta is minus sin theta is 1 by root 2, and because an negative sign is there, so this theta would be minus pi by 2 to 0. That means the angle would be minus pi by 4. So cosec inverse minus root 2 equal to minus pi by 4. This is the answer. So that's it for today. In the next video, we will solve the rest of the problem from exercise 2.1, that is 11 to 14. Thank you.